Graeme, how pleased are you with what your boys have given you out here in Stuttgart this weekend?
I don't actually think they could give us any more than they did. Suffered a couple of injuries on the first day, which meant we were depleted on the second day. But in terms of effort and commitment and attitude, they were excellent throughout. There's been lots of learning taking place, some fantastic challenges for them to try and overcome. And for the most part, we're really, really pleased. We just got caught out a few times with poor decisions and not quite taking our chances. But we got most of what we'd want out of the experience, and one of our players, Cammy Palmer, came up to us and said he thinks it's the best tournament he's been to, so that's obviously a plus for them to take away.
You spoke to us beforehand about the learning aspect of it. By that token, how impressed were you with how quickly your players got up to speed with the tournament?
Like I said, I'd be alright if they got there by the third game. They kind of figured it out by the first game, and some of our incisive play, the goals that we scored were exceptional. We just had to kind of iron it out at the other end. And they got to realise that when they make a mistake, they're magnified because the pitch is so short and the game's so quick. And we got caught out a little bit, but in terms of learning, we sat them down at the end actually, rather than shouting and screaming as your old school coach would have done. We asked them what they learned, what do they need to go away from here and work on. And each and every one of them were really clear, really precise, and they got it down to a T what they need to work on and improve.
And very noticeable as well that technically your players match up with the very best teams that you played here.
Well, I spoke to some German media yesterday and he said, not to be condescending, but we didn't expect you to be any good. We expect you to be strong and physical, but we didn't expect the level of technical ability that you had. And I was quite pleased with that actually, and once I got over the little bit of anger, I suppose, I got over it and I thought, you know what, for us to come here and him to say that, against some very, very good teams, some teams that are renowned for their technical ability, is a real good plus for the boys, a real good plaudit for what we're doing in the academy. But as a whole, with all things, we can't actually stop still. We want to keep pushing it on, and bringing us to places like this to play against these good teams will obviously enhance our players' learning and make them deal with the ball even better than they currently do.
As you've kind of touched on already, but for a wee bit of luck in the end, you could have gone even further and perhaps won the thing.
Yeah, but we talk about luck. We talk about luck. I talk about decisions and critical moments in the game. We were lax in the semi-final. We got 3 goals down due to us, nothing to do with them. It was down to our poor play. We get ourselves back in it, get ourselves 2 goals in 10 seconds, fantastic. And then we go and give them another goal through poor decision making once again from us. But the learning aspect, the learning curve of it has been fantastic. It's been great, and I watch our young players grow, and lots of them in different ways. Not just about the ball, about them as people, about them understanding what resilience looks like, having to be a little bit hard-nosed and professional. It's all to the learning, it's all to the good, and they've all grown through it.
And that's one point as well I wanted to touch on. When our guys are about the hotel, the way they conduct themselves, the way they behave is fantastic, and really a credit to the club. I'll
take our guys anywhere. I think they conduct themselves impeccably, apart from Josh McPake just going by and his text alert going off on his phone right there. They really are a credit to themselves. We can take them anywhere and not be afraid of how they're going to behave. They behave impeccably well, and I've got no doubt tonight when they can let their head down a little bit with their opponents, we won't have to keep a beady eye on them. We can let them go and represent themselves because they know what we expect, and they have done and they will continue to conduct themselves in the right way.